I did want to talk a little bit about the Grammys. The Grammys were last night, and I enjoyed it for the most part. And apparently, so did Nicki Minaj.
Here we go now.
This will probably be the last time that I even utter the words Nicki Minaj, because I think at this particular point, she likes it when people talk about her. Any way to get attention, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm always still very much shocked that there are people still supporting this woman when she clearly doesn't support you. But then I shouldn't be surprised because you see who they voted for to put in office. So then there's that. I shouldn't be shocked. I shouldn't be. No. But Trevor Noah was the host. This is his final year hosting the Grammy Awards. And if you are new here, let me just tell you, I've always loved Trevor Noah. I think he just smart, funny. I think he did his big one last night. I didn't love him the last couple of years of hosting the Grammys, but I've enjoyed him. But you could tell that when you are about to graduate and you're done with a place and you're just like, I want to burn everything. That is what it felt like for Trevor Noah last night, because he went after everything that was going on in the news. He talked about Nicki Minaj. He talked about Donald Trump, to the point where Donald Trump is threatening to sue Trevor Noah for his joke about Epstein Island and Trump possibly being there. Well, the Epstein Files has your name all over it, sir. Just asking. Your name keeps coming up in the Epstein Files in some shape or form. So, look. But I guess with the country that we're living in, free speech, especially with Don Lemon being arrested, along with the other journalists that were with him covering the protests in Minneapolis, free speech is questionable in the United States of America. You know what is also questionable? Nicki Minaj, that little card that Donald Trump gave you that we've now found out is a memento. It actually doesn't have any legal standing protecting you as an undocumented immigrant in this country.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, I saw Nicki Minaj also had comments about Lizzo. Oh, all right, fine. Okay. But overall, I do think that Trevor Noah did a fantastic job. But speaking of Nicki Minaj tried to, quote, out Trevor Noah, saying that he's in the closet. And look, hear me out. We're not here for outing people. However, this particular one, I said, wait, I have a chance? Selfish reasons. But when Trevor's ready, I will be here for him. Yes! I will be here for him. Well, she also said he had a boyfriend. Well, she said boyfriend. She didn't say husband. No, I'm playing. I'm being facetious. These are jokes. Please understand. All right? Look, that's all I heard. Everything out of my mind. Nicki Minaj was being derogatory and acting up on social media. She had all kinds of things. She was clearly watching the Grammys. Has she won one yet? Okay. Harvey Mason, you were looking good in that suit. I interviewed Harvey years ago before he was, for those who don't even know who Harvey Mason Jr. is, he is the president of the Recording Academy. But before that, he, of course, was a producer and musician, and he's written some of your classics. I interviewed him on KEMPIRE Radio. The interview should be still up there, so you could hear my interview. And Harvey, you got rid of that hair. And I said, okay, Harvey. But anyway, I've digressed. I've digressed again. Trevor called me. What? Who said that? Who said that? Bree says, no, ma'am, not a one. Oh, you don't. Damn, Nikki, still?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Look. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve one, because I used to love the music. But can I live without it? Yes, I can, and I will. And Barbs, leave me alone. Look, Barbs, leave me alone. All right. Before we move on, there were more things that I wanted to say about the Grammys. First of all, did you guys see Justin Bieber performing in his boxers? Everyone's talking about him performing in his boxers. I want to talk about, first of all, the vocals. He sounded amazing. He actually looks really healthy because there was a point where Justin Bieber was not looking very healthy, but he looked good. He sounded incredible. I really enjoyed his performance. I thought he did really, really well. I have reached the point in my life, the age where a lot of these artists I didn't know by face or name, but when they started singing their songs, I was like, oh my God, you sing that song? And I finally got to hear the full version because a lot of these songs are very like TikTok songs. It's a very different time. Very different time, except my girl. Congratulations to Olivia Dean. She won Best New Artist at the Grammys. Look, she's had an incredible, first of all, song, but now she has a bunch of other songs she performed last night. Do you guys think that was a good choice? I think so. But when I was looking at the artists that were nominated for Best New Artist, I was like, oh, well, I like that song too. I didn't know the full version, but I like that song too. Bruno Mars performed last night. I didn't really even realize he was on that particular song. He looked good and healthy too. You know, he was releasing a new album. He's going on tour. I was like, who? That's this. Oh, I didn't know that song. Oh, I knew it, but I didn't know who sang it, right? Who else performed last night? Kendrick Lamar won. First of all, I'm going to be all over the place, but I will focus at one particular point. Cher. So Cher was honored last night, but she was also supposed to present Record of the Year. But apparently Cher did not remember that. She left the stage. She went on to this tangent, and I was like, wait, you're supposed to be presenting Record of the Year. Please understand, Cher might look like she is 40, but Cher is about to be 80 years old this year. She's a Taurus. Shout out to all the Tauruses. But Cher is a woman of a particular age. She looks amazing. Okay? And honestly, I think it was kismet when she says, and the Record of the Year goes to Luther Vandross. First of all, Luther does win a Grammy as well, along with Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I loved Kendrick Lamar's speech honoring Luther Vandross. I loved hearing a little bit about how that came to be and the clearance for that and that they couldn't cuss on the record. I loved that he had a Chanel suit on. He looked sharp, and then he had the little pick in his hair. I was like, here we are. I see people are saying that he didn't deserve it. People, they just feel like the Grammys are just throwing things at him. Look, I've never been like a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, but the brother had some hits, and he had a sold out world tour, stadium tour. Kendrick deserved his awards. Pharrell was honored. I know that he wasn't going to necessarily thank Chad, you know, the other part of the Neptunes, but it felt like he should have, right? And why was he dressed why were the Clips and him dressed alike? I know they have the song together and he produced their new project. They won their first Grammy. Shout out to the Clips. I was shocked by that. FK Twigs won her first Grammy. I was shocked by that. Congratulations to Durand and all the other Butch Queens. That was in his speech. Won his first Grammy as an independent artist. That is just the sign of the times. As someone that grew up in the music industry and just following this, that was unheard of back in the day. So I remember watching Durand for the very first time on YouTube, doing YouTube covers, all the way from YouTube, traveling and touring with Erykah Badu, to now winning first Grammy. Valentine's Day is literally 2 weeks away. Have you gotten your roses yet for the person that you love? And if you haven't, this is your reminder. You probably didn't even realize that Valentine's Day was right around the corner. You were probably ignoring all the Valentine's Day merch and things like that just literally came out while it was still the holidays. Well, I'm here to remind you. We have partnered with our friends over at Rose Forever yet again. This is probably our umpteenth year of working with them. And these roses that I'm holding in my hand are from a year ago. And I wish you could smell this through the screen. They still smell like roses, and they are. These are real roses that will last you up to a year. Our friends over at Rose Forever don't just sell roses, though. You can get roses, you can get hydrangeas, But also, for those that want other roses other than red, even though it's traditional, maybe you want purple, maybe you want pink, maybe you want white, maybe you want blue. There are colors for you. But now, Rose Forever also has candles and delicious, big, huge candles. And we're back. Look how, in comparison to my head, look how big this candle is. And there's so many delicious flavors for you. So if there's something that you wanted to get for yourself or someone you love or just someone you appreciate and you were thinking of an idea of something that is actually long lasting, get you something from Rose Forever. And of course, we've gotten you covered with a discount. Be sure to check out our discount code and our special link available in the description. Time is running out. Literally, after this week, there will only be 2 weeks, and you want to keep enough time for delivery. And delivery is really good with our friends over at Rose Forever as well. Get your Rose Forever, something that will last you and something that people will look back at and like, oh, I remember the person that got me that, and they got me that last year. It's still beautiful. It's still luxurious. Get you something today. More information, again, will be available in the description along with your discount. Congratulations, Duran. I want to also say congratulations to another Taurus, Kalani. Kalani won her 2 Grammys. 2. Kalani won 2 Grammys for the song Folded. So congratulations to Kalani. I love that for her. Who else won last night? I'm just going through my little Grammy catch up. So I did take a couple of notes in regards to who I wanted to congratulate. So congratulations to FK Twigs. Congratulations to Kalani. Congratulations to Duran. Congratulations to Leon Thomas. Congratulations to Olivia Dean. Congratulations to my friends, Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony, because they also produced on Duran's project. Congratulations to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny won 3 Grammys last night, but it was when he won Album of the Year. First time, couple of things. First time that a Spanish language album has won Album of the Year. It's also the first time that an artist that won Album of the Year for the Latin Grammys also won for the Regular Degula Grammys. Not Regular Degula, yeah. All kinds of records, but in that moment, literally, he did not get up. And he was just taking the moment. And then when he pulled his hands from his eyes and you saw the tears, I got emotional. Mind you, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan like that. You know, like I don't know the music, even though I do know that song that Trevor Noah tried to have him sing. I was like, oh, wait, I do know that song. I don't know the lyrics, but I know it. I bop my head to it. I'm going to get all in. Trevor Noah tried to make him sing. But you know, Bad Bunny's performing at the Super Bowl next Sunday. So he can't perform any music. That's why he didn't perform at the Grammys. But I love what the Grammys did. You can't perform. However, I will perform it for you. But he did sing a little bit of it. Did you guys notice? Did you notice Lady Gaga, who's performed at the Super Bowl, and she understands the legality of this all? She was not amused by Trevor Noah doing that. Lady Gaga, take the stick out of your you-know-what. I love me some Lady Gaga, but I was like, calm down. He knows what he's doing. Then they came out with the band doing the song. I was like, okay. I'm gonna learn all the lyrics come this Sunday. I'm gonna get into all of the new Bad Bunny. But I was emotional watching him get emotional. And I love the fact that he went up there and accepting Album of the Year. He's always been this person, Bad Bunny. He's very intentional. That's why I'm looking forward to his halftime show, because I know he's going to be even more intentional. In one of his speeches earlier, he was calling out ICE. A lot of the people at the Grammys were calling out ICE, including Billie Eilish. Everyone made a point to say something. But earlier in the Grammys, when he won another Grammy, he called out ICE. But in this particular speech, since it was the first time a Spanish language album won Album of the Year, his speech was in all Spanish. And I was like, but I text one of my friends that speaks Spanish. I said, can you translate this for me? Oh, wait, I can read it to you for those that didn't get the translation. Okay, I got the translation from a friend. Please hold. All right, so the translation from Bad Bunny's speech. Let me go back up here. So some of what was said. Puerto Rico, believe me when I say we are much bigger than 135. Then and there is nothing that exists that we can't do. Thank you to the Academy and all the people who have believed in me throughout my career and everyone who has worked on the album with me. Thank you, Mom, for giving birth to me in Puerto Rico. I want to dedicate this award to all the people who have left their country and families to pursue their dreams and despite how hard it is, still working hard and going through the pain with strength. And also for all the Latinos and Latino artists before me. I mean, I'm going by my friend's translation. He could be lying to me, but I could look. I know some Spanish, so I was like, no. That sounds yeah. That's what he said. That's what he said. So congratulations to Bad Bunny. I look forward to seeing his very intentional performance at the Super Bowl's halftime show. Okay. I also wanted to mention the tribute to D'Angelo and Roberta Flack. Lauryn Hill must curate every tribute going forward. If I ever in my life get a musical tribute, okay, shut up. It might happen. Look, it will happen. Okay? And when it happens, please ensure that Lauryn Hill's the curator. Because as you saw, Brandy was honored this week by the Recording Academy in a separate event. And then Mariah Carey for the Music Cares, the Recording Academy's Music Cares, she was the Person of the Year there. First of all, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked getting that red carpet moment from Billy Porter. F her.
I don't know.
What? F her. I hope his breath was fresh. Okay? But that performance that Billy Porter gave, I was so glad that the blogs told me what song it was. I said, what song is he singing? The disrespect of Mariah Carey. She's given us so much in music. And you guys can't get together and put together a good tribute. And I think most of it was wrong song choice and wrong people. I don't want to see Jennifer Hudson performing. No, not for Mariah Carey. No. I do want to see Shantae Moore, but not for, baby, can you give it to me? I'm going to give it to you. She could do so much more. She could actually do the whistle note. She's not going to blow it and do an actual whistle. Jennifer Hudson. That's not what Mariah does, J Hud. Just what I thought it could get. J Hud took the mic and whistled into it. Mariah was very focused to make sure that her face did not crack, okay? She made sure that her face did not crack in that moment. You all owe Money Long an apology. Yes, it wasn't that great, her tribute to Mariah, but it was better than that. She didn't blow into the mic. Okay? I still want Shantae Moore to be a part of it. I just don't think that was the song for her. She needs to come out there and do the whistle note for us. Okay? All right? J-Hud, we love you. I think you're talented, but no. Look, no. I did like Charlie Plouffe. I thought his performance was good. John Lynch's performance was good for the Mariah Carey. This was before the Grammys. This was on Friday. I thought that was good. I don't know what Billy Porter was doing. That was a mess. Y'all owe her one. Someone needs to do a new one. BET Awards, come on, please, and thank you. But rewinding back, the Grammys ended with a special performance from Lauryn Hill curating this amazing group of artists: Raphael Sadiq, Leon Thomas, Shaka Khan, John Legend, Layla Hathaway, Wyclef Jean, of course, Miss Lauryn Hill. Lauryn curated, she had everyone come out. October London. There were so many. If I missed you, I apologize. There were so many people that came out and did a beautiful tribute to D'Angelo and to Roberta Flack. And I was so glad that Lauryn came out and she did The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, because there's a video of her covering that on YouTube that I've always loved. So I was glad she included it in this tribute. She, of course, did the original version of Killing Me Softly, but brought Wyclef out to do the Fugees version, and I love how everyone got up and they were just like, yes. It was such a beautiful celebration of D'Angelo's life. Recording Academy, I don't understand why you didn't originally invite his son. That didn't make sense to me. I love that they did throw up an image of Angie Stone. They could have also thrown in "My Sunshine Has Come." Y'all could have threw that in there a little bit. Look, a little bit. They also threw John Forte, who's also part of the refugee camp and worked with Lauren on Miseducation. So I thought it was beautiful. Lauren should curate all of the tributes, and she's a music lover, so I'm not surprised. Curate all the tributes, and let's get a do-over for Mariah Carey. Mr. Melon Magic says, no one called Ashley Darby?
I don't know.
Thank God. Thank God. All right.
Here we go now.